Normal. Testing, testing. Normal. Testing, testing.
Good morning. My name is Landon and I'll be your chairperson for today's service. Are there any visitors or new students and families here this morning? First, we'll allow sutra chanting. Please join in the reading of Sambujo on page 24 in the Big Book, followed by Juseige on page 23 in the Little Book, or page 93 in the Big Book.
세이프 조
Now we will have Gatha on page on now we will have Gatha Buddha Loves You on page 39, followed by the golden chain located on page 2 in the little book and page 15 in the big book under golden chain 1.
Okay, everybody, wings out, ready? Fly, fly, little bird, Buddha loves you, little bird. Tweet, 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 tweet. Run, run, little pup, Buddha loves you, little pup. Bow, wow, 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 wow. Don't cry, pussy
the golden chain.
I am a link in Amida's golden chain of love that stretches around the world.
I will keep my link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amida's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namu Amida Butsu.
Namu Amida Butsu.
Namu Amida Butsu.
Namu Amida Butsu.
Namu Amida
Namu
Butsu.
Amida Butsu. Namanda.
Now we will have a Dharma lesson by Mr. Akizuki.
Good morning, everyone. Hello. Please join me in the Gassho in reciting the Nembutsu. Amida Buddha is not a being, a deity, or a historical person. Amida Buddha is a symbol of the contents of enlightenment, great wisdom, and great compassion. We bow our head to the truth of enlightenment, saying Namu Amida Butsu, and we come to receive the truth of wisdom and compassion into our hearts and minds. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. So, we're kind of on a rotation to speak here at the temple, 9:30, 10:10, going to Morgan Hill, which has a service once a month. And so kind of it's a challenge for me to come up with topics to talk about. And I go to inspiration, sometimes to, things I read on the internet, sometimes for Dharma school students that I know. So I was going to talk about something today that one of the Dharma school students posed to me. It's about a bird and a worm. But another inspiration hit me yesterday as I watched the Buddhist Churches of America webinar on what is Obon. Now, this is not Obon, it's something else that was mentioned that. So I was inspired to talk about that instead. You'll have to wait for the bird and the worm until another day. The topic of today's Dharma talk is just say it. What do you think I mean when it says just say it? What is that referring to? Anybody? Just say it. Namu Amida Butsu. Good. Yes, it's referring to the Nembutsu. Namu Amida Butsu means I took refuge in Amida Buddha. Now, Amida Buddha is at the center of the Onaiji, center right there. And Amida Buddha isn't a god or a person. This is what Reverend Nobuo Haneda, a noted Buddhist scholar, said about Amida Buddha. He said it represents two things. It represents Shakyamuni Buddha, who is a person, also not a god, and not also a person. He was a person and also not a god. And also represents the Dharma and all the other Buddhas. So when do we say Namu Amida Butsu? Anybody? Come on. It's easy, right? When do we say Namu Amida Butsu? All the time? Actually, that's a really great answer. But one of the panelists at yesterday's webinar was Reverend Mas Kudani, a longtime minister at the Shensin Buddhist Temple in Los Angeles. He's really well known and a very good speaker. While he was talking to Obon, Reverend Kudani he also touched on reciting the Nembutsu. He told a story about once he visited a temple in the rural part of Japan, and during the service that he attended, some people just started saying out loud, Namu Amida Butsu, just at random points, I guess, in the talk. Not very quietly, but actually out loud, where enough where you could hear it. So during services here in the United States, we're prompted to say Namu Amida Butsu, right? We say the minister, the chairperson recites the Nembutsu. It said Namu Amida Butsu, and you say Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu. It's a kind of a call and response kind of thing, right? This doesn't happen in Japan, right? They don't repeat that the ministers don't say it for you to repeat it. What Reverend Kudani was kind of talking about was this more spontaneous and heartfelt Namu Amida Butsu, like he heard in Japan. He said this was something called Tada Nembutsu, T-A-D-A Nembutsu. Tada Nembutsu, I guess literally is, I went to Reverend Mikame about this, only Nembutsu. What does that mean, only Nembutsu? Well, this could mean a couple things, right? In our sect of Buddhism, you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to meditate. You don't have to do any kind of other practices. All you have to do is say Namu Amida Butsu. But I think there's a deeper meaning of that. It's something that is not something that you feel you have to say. It's something you want to say. And it should be in not just here at church, but in your daily lives, right? Reverend Mikame was telling about her grandmother. Her grandmother would go about her daily tasks, sweeping and walking and cooking, and she would just start saying Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu. So that came from deep within her. She didn't feel like, there was no one saying Namu Amida Butsu, and then she would reply Namu Amida Butsu, right? She felt it. She felt Namu Amida Butsu coming out of her. A couple years ago, Reverend Harry Bridge of the Oakland Buddhist Temple tweeted something that is along the same lines. He tweeted, Nembutsu, you can recite it, you can sing it, just say it. And it had the hashtag Namu Amida Butsu. So that's kind of catchy, right? Just say it. Kind of like the Nike slogan, just do it, just say it. And this is not something that Reverend Bridge thought of. This is something that Buddhist teachers have been talking about for hundreds and hundreds of years. Our sect of Buddhism, 800 years ago. Honen, the teacher of our founder Shinran, in his last great work, said that the Nembutsu he taught is not something. It's not a practice of contemplation, or something you say that after realizing what it means. He said, quote, he wrote, quote, it is simply to utter Namu Amida Butsu, realizing that you just say it, you are certain to attain birth in the Pure Land. And Shinran wrote almost the same thing. He said, quote, as for me, I simply accept and entrust myself to what my revered teacher told me. Just say the Nembutsu and be saved by Amida. Nothing else is involved. So reciting the Nembutsu after the minister or chairperson says it is not bad. It's good, right? I think it's good to say the Nembutsu. Even better, I think, is to say it on your own, saying it without somebody prompting you. I know it's kind of difficult. Some people like myself, kind of more self-conscious, introverted, quiet by nature, even though I get up here and I have to talk. It's difficult to say Namu Amida Butsu. You're kind of looking. Did somebody hear me say that? Even here, I think. I mean, when I was a Sunday school, Dharma school student, right? Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, right? You didn't want to be the one who people could hear, but why not, right? Why not? So Namu Amida Butsu. We should try not to be that way. We should try not to be self-conscious about saying Namu Amida Butsu, because that's kind of our ego kind of getting in the way of, I didn't want people to look at me. People not going to, I don't think, are going to care. I think they might be inspired by you saying Namu Amida Butsu, just out, So if you're grateful for something or feel compassion towards someone, just say it. Just say it after the minister or chairperson says it. Just say it on your own, during service. Just say it in your everyday life. Just say it. So please join me in Gassho in reciting the Nembutsu. And in the spirit of Tada Nembutsu, you don't have to go repeat after me. Just say it. How many ever times you want to say it. Once, twice, 3 times, a bunch of times. Just say it, okay? Amida Buddha is not a being, a deity, or a historical person. Amida Buddha is a symbol of the contents of enlightenment, great wisdom, and great compassion. We bow our head to the truth of enlightenment, saying, Namu Amida Butsu. we come to receive the truth of wisdom and compassion into our hearts and minds. Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu, Namu Amida Butsu. Thank you very much.
Thank you to Mr. Akizuki. We will now have Gatha Sayonara on page 103, followed by the promise located on page 5 in the little book and page 15 in the big book.
Tanoshiku kyou mo sumimashita. Yasashi miyoya ni mamorarete. Ureshii o uchi e kaerimashou. Sayonara minasan go kigen yo. Sayonara sensei o daiji ni. Tanoshii kondo no tsudoi made.
The promise. We thank the Buddha for showing us the way of freedom. We will endeavor to walk in this noble path every day of our lives. Namu Amida Butsu.
Namu Amida Butsu.
Namu Amida
Namu
Butsu.
Amida Butsu.
Namu Amida Butsu.
Namu.
Thank you to Rinban Sakamoto, Reverend Mikame, Mr. Akizuki, and Mrs. Tanabe, and to musician Mr. Yoshihara. Are there any announcements?
Hi, I'm Charlie. And I'm Rossi. And the 5th grade Girl Scouts Bronze Award project is to end period poverty. Next Sunday on April 2nd from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., the 5th grade troop will be holding a drive to collect donations of period products to make kits for those in need and to supply schools.
Good morning, everyone. The Boy Scouts are having an e-waste event on Saturday, April 15, 2023 from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We have more flyers in the back if you want to know more information.
Good morning. I have two announcements, three. One is, if I have to remember, let's see. One is that we do have Open Door Cafe today. We are looking for volunteers. So if you would like to help out, and it could be just simple as helping them set up the pop-up or put it down, and it could be a lot of things. So it could be a minimal effort on your part, or it could be a real involvement as well. So they will be appreciated. Number two is that chicken teriyaki, we are looking for co-chairpersons or co-coordinators to help out. So if you can even help out as little as 4 hours on Obon, please come and see me. And then finally, for high school class, I need 3 parents to kind of chauffeur kids around today. So if you are available and would like to help out, we are learning about Jodo Shinshu and BCA history. Please come up to the little chapel across the street. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Moshel Kadokura, and I'm here on behalf of Nikkei Matsuri. And I am asking all of you to please mark your calendars for Sunday, April 23rd, 10 to 5 for the festival. And if you come out, please come to support Betsuin groups that will have food booths, Girl Scouts making somen salad, Lotus Preschool, Boy Scouts, and Japanese language school. And then just come for the whole day. A lot of festival and performances planned and lots of artisan shopping. So come out for a fun day, Sunday, April 23rd. Thank you.
And the youth department will do the gyoza booth. Okay, hi, I'm Larry Honda. As you know, we've been doing a lot of fundraising for the new Dharma Center that we're hoping to build within the next year or two. So as a reminder, we're holding this Saturday the Generations Unite event, casino night, so there are still tickets available. So please look at the Betsuin website for that. Second thing we're doing is we're running a raffle. It's part of the golf tournament, but you don't have to golf to be part of the raffle. So the way the raffle works is tickets are $20 each. But first prize is $4,000, and then the second through 11th prizes are $100. So this is all the money that we raise from the special raffle for the golf tournament goes to the Generations campaign. So none of it goes to the golf committee or anything like that. It just goes to the Generations campaign. So starting today, we have a table outside next to the Open Door Cafe table, and they are selling the special raffle tickets. And this, I believe, will be selling it all the way through the next 4 weeks. Our golf tournament is Monday, April 24th, so I'm assuming our last day of selling will be April 23rd, and then we'll be pulling the winners out on during the dinner after the golf tournament on the 24th. Thanks for your support.
Before everybody leaves the temple, please straighten all the books for the next service. Those of you who are interested are welcome to attend the adult English language English service following this service, or to visit the Open Door Cafe outside. For your safety, please obey the crossing guards and look both ways before crossing the street. Thank you for attending today's service.
Good job. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you for including my bachan stock. Ojuzu? Oh, I did it. I get it. I got it from the monorail. You like it? Thank you. Oh, I see. Do you want me to mend it? Yeah, I can mend it. Yeah. Yeah. Please bring it. Yeah, next time. Yeah.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Hello, arigato. Thank you. Morning.
See ya.
Arigato.
Good morning.
Thank
Good morning.
you. Morning.
Hi, Ron. Good morning.
Morning. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning. Thank you. Thank you.
See ya.
Good job. Arigato.
Thank you. Good job. I think she left. I don't see her. It's hard to keep track. I know. See ya. let's start. I think we're behind schedule, so. One at a time. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our service today. It's a wonderful weather, and we're glad to have you all. My name is Janice, and I'll be your chairperson for today's service. And I know we have some guests. I understand we have some visitors, high school kids from Cristo Rey High School. Welcome. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask any of these people that are seated up front after the service. So we hope you enjoy it. Anybody else new? Anybody first-time visit to the Betsuin? Oh. You want to stand up, tell us your name? Well, welcome. Okay, so we'll get started with this morning's service with opening meditation, followed by sutra chanting, Junirai, which is on page 67 in the large service book. This is what we refer to as the large service book, or page 20 in the smaller book. So either one. If you'd all please rise for the singing of the Gatha, Namu Amida Butsu, which is on page 67 of this big book. Oh, excuse me, 67 in the little book.
When life is fair and sunlight gilds the day, when fortune smiles and flowers adorn our way, oft let us pause with grateful hearts to say, Namu Amida Butsu. In though our way leads neath a darkened sky, and to our loved ones pain and death draw nigh, our tears may flow, yet trustingly we cry, Namu Amida Butsu. Will you please join now in the reading of the three treasures in this Dharma School service book on page 3.
Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be freed from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of your way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves our supreme will. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord in your life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Thank you. Please be seated.
Thank you, Sensei. Now we'll have a Dharma message by one of our minister's assistants and wonderful lady, Sumi Tanabe.
Good morning, everybody, here in the Hondo and also at home. Please join me in Kansho. This is from the Dhammapada. Your work is to discover your work, and then with all your heart to give yourself to it. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Last month, on Valentine's Day, February 14, it was a sad day for me and 6 other members of the AUW Homeless Committee. After 40-somewhat years, we had to disband due to us being too frail and too few to carry on the work that was started by Georgia Travis back in the 1980s. Georgia came to California and soon found that her life work was with children and women. She found that even back then, they needed help with housing. Our 7 members are in our early 90s and 80s. 2 have been charter members for the beginning of time when Georgia brought the committee to AUW. Half are walking with walkers, canes, and most of us have hearing aids. Georgia founded a committee for homeless women and children because she felt that it was needed. And this was before we even heard about homelessness in our county. So over the years, we had about 20 members, and now we were down to just 7. I joined the Homeless Committee about 20 years ago. A colleague of mine kept urging me to join American Association of University Women. I hesitated, but she finally convinced me when she said they had a committee to help homeless women and children. The children were a particular interest to Georgia. Prior to this time, I have been taking used clothing and books to the shelter on Rosemary Street, just close by, where Georgia, unknown to me, was the gray-haired lady reading stories to little children. She had talked, I would say probably nagged, different service organizations to donate money so she could have a little piece of property where women can come, rest their feet, and have something to eat. By the time I joined the committee, Georgia passed away 3 years. The Rosemary shelter was too small, and with donations, they were able to purchase a much larger building across from the shelter on Commercial Street near 7th Street. It was a wonderful facility because it had a kitchen, had rooms to teach, even courses like computers, a place where the homeless can pick up mail, because as you know, they have no address, and where they could shower and keep clean and wash their clothes. And we had a clothing depot right behind the center where homeless can go every month to pick any clothing they wanted. A Kaiser doctor would volunteer his medical services, and so would a dentist. So these women and children had medical care. Our Sangha Support Committee began serving lunch at the Georgia Travis Center, but we decided we could not continue because there were such few clients during the daytime. Because as some of you know, clients are supposed to leave the shelter and center to try to find work if they were able to do so. Over the years, we began to know some of these homeless women by name. And we tried very hard to treat each one with dignity and respect. You have heard me talk about Mildred once before. She was roaming Commercial Street, not knowing exactly where she was going. In fact, people thought she was drunk. She didn't have a white cane to signify that she was completely blind. But someone noticed her and took her to the Georgia Travis Center. She said that somebody told her about the center, but no one told her exactly where. And so when she was inside the center, they were able to offer her hot food and give her a shower and medical care. Mildred thrived. One of our homeless committee members, former attorney, loved to sew, and so sewing machines were donated to the center, and Mildred learned to sew even though she was blind. She made beautiful items, and even she was able to sell them. Later, much later, she received a dog to help her, and she was finally, after many years, able to receive permanent housing. Mildred appeared as one of our fundraisers on English Tea to talk about her life and the change from utter despair to a brighter future. Another client was a woman named Ruth. Due to her addiction to alcoholism, she lost her son, her 10-year-old boy. When I met her, she was sober for 1 year. She said it was such a constant struggle not to touch alcohol. I told her, always keep an eye on the goal of getting her son back. She had a picture of her son in her wallet and would talk about him and say how proud she was of him. Unfortunately, after 2 months, she reverted back, and of course, her addiction was so strong. I finally lost track of Ruth and never found if she was finally able to stay sober long enough to get her son back. There are so many stories like Ruth, so many similar stories. Santa Clara's homeless population grew 3% during the pandemic, from 9,706 to 10,028. Our county population is 1.9 million. When I started helping, the homeless population at that time was about 7,000 in the county. In the Mercury News, there have been countless articles about homelessness. Recently, Mayor Matt Mahan was pushing for an end of homeless encampments. You know, those encampments under bridges, in the bushes, and some parking lots. This is home to these homeless people. But he proposed to build 1,000 housing by the end of the year. I think the encampments should not be taken down until housing can be built. Too often, we have seen promises made, but the actual housing completed may take a lot longer than the end of this year. Governor Newsom is trying something new. He has been struggling to address and contain the rising homelessness in our state. So he's been trying to get federal health care funding to cover rent for people who need homes. California has 30% of homeless in the US. Just think about that, 30% homeless across our country. But of course, we are a large state. Medi-Cal patients account for 44% of the program spending, and many of the costless patients are those without homes. Money could be saved by people not going to hospital emergency rooms. As you know, they're very expensive, and not having them stay in long-term hospitalization. Earlier this month, Governor Newsom allocated tiny homes to San Jose. This will help the homeless with temporary housing. As you know, our goal is to get permanent housing. But these tiny homes are just a little step towards the right direction. Mountain View, I think, does a better job of finding ways to help the homeless. At our table at Yosh Uchida's birthday celebration, Sally Lieber sat with us. She has been on the Mountain View City Council, served on the State Assembly, and currently is a member of the State Board of Equalization. Sally told me about Mountain View finding places where the homeless with vehicles can park their cars and park them and feel safe. Other cities are finding ways to discourage the homeless from parking their cars on any streets. I think of Georgia Travers today. She will be shocked to learn that the homeless population increased from the years when she was active. But her vision and compassion will not be forgotten. There are people who are in permanent housing, safe and warm due to her efforts. We need to show compassion as we so often recite in our golden chain. We need to show compassion to the homeless, compassion in our thoughts, words, and actions. Please join me in Gassho. If one looking far ahead and pays no attention to the ground beneath his eyes, he will stumble. If one gazes critically upon others and forget to look into himself, he will bring tragedy upon himself. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you, Sumi. We're really fortunate to have somebody like Sumi who, basically under her guidance and direction and keeping us aware of the issue of homelessness in the community, she's always got us doing things like cooking meals for the homeless and, contributing socks and clothes, and she's always kept us on our toes that way. So thank you very much, Sumi. So, will everybody please rise for another Gatha? It's called Ondokusan II, which is on page 220 of the large book and page 76 in the little book.
Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Thank you. Please be seated.
Okay, are there any announcements?
The end of this month, March 31st, and the end of BWA's Community Outreach Program. We have partnered with Asian Americans for Community Involvement in this project to help victims of domestic violence. We have collected, thanks to all of you for your donation, toiletry, the regular size ones. My garage is full of these items, and so I'm happy to get rid of them. And the money collected, we will buy bedding and linens to help the victims. So I want to thank, on behalf of BWA, all of you for your support. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Moshal Kadokura. I have two announcements. One is on behalf of Boy Scouts Troop 611. There's going to be an e-waste drop-off here on Saturday, April 15th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So there are flyers in the back for more information with a list of all the things you are able to drop off. I'm also here on behalf of Nikkei Matsuri Festival, and please mark your calendars for Sunday, April 23rd for the festival. We have a lot of Betsuin groups who are going to be in the food booth, so please come out and support their fundraising efforts. We have Girl Scout cadets, Boy Scout Troop 611, Japanese Language School, the Betsuin Youth, and Lotus Preschool, all having food booths. So come out and enjoy the festivities and shopping and performances, all celebrating Japanese culture. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Larry Honda. As you know, we've been doing a lot of fundraising for the Dharma Center. On behalf of the Betsuin, I'd like to thank all of you who have already donated towards our effort and will continue to donate to our effort to try to raise $15 million total to build our new Dharma Center. We are holding we've been holding fundraisers and we'll continue to hold various fundraisers. So the ones coming up this Saturday, we're having our Generations Unite casino night to try to raise money for the Dharma Center. So that should be a night of fun and frolic. And as Lynn Yamaichi, who has talked about this the last several Sundays about it, you don't even have to gamble to have a good time. There's going to be like some auctions and raffles and food, and it's just a good time to get together with people. So again, you can get more information on the Betsuin website. Second way we're raising funds is through our raffle that's part of our golf tournament, but you don't have to be playing golf. You don't have to play the tournament. If you want to play the tournament, please look at the website and we have the registration form there. But if you just want to win $4,000, then our raffle tickets are being sold for $20 each. And the first prize, as I've mentioned, is $4,000. And then we have second through 11th prizes of $100. We will have a table. In fact, today's the first day. We have a table set up outside in front by the garden. And we have people there selling tickets. The tournament is taking place on Monday, April 24th. So over the next 3 or 4 Sundays, we'll have our table out there. Our table today is right next to our, what's the name of it? Open Door. If you don't know me, I'm full of brain farts. So our Open Door Cafe is back after, so for those of you not familiar with it, we have a table set up there with, I think, hot tea and some snacks. And it's just a way for you after the service or before the service to get some refreshments and to mingle and to speak with other members that are here. We also, for those of you who are new, Dharma School, our Sunday school, which gets out about 11, and then they have snacks in our multi-purpose room next door. So you're welcome to take part in that as well. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I'd like to thank our Rinban head minister, Reverend Gerald Sakamoto, Reverend Etsuko Mikame, and our administrative assistants, Sumi Tanabe and Dennis Akizuki for officiating today's service. And also I thank Michael Yoshihara, our organist, and Brandon Uenaka, who is our technical person for today. So thank you, everyone. That concludes today's service. Please feel free to come up and offer incense or to Oshoko. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Janice.